Hey guys, this is Captain Paul with Fish Finder Guide Service, and we are going to be talking about the natural gut on the King Ranch shoreline between Pure Oil Channel, which is this channel here, and the CP&L channel, which is this channel here. This gut right in here. All right, so we've been having a lot of days where the wind is building up to northers, and then we'll have a norther for a couple of days, and then it'll turn back around and be southeast. So we're going to be looking at each side of this natural gut. We do have a new moon starting midweek, or today, which would be Wednesday, new moon, and so there's 4 tides. So you should have a little bit more fish action going on. So if we're looking at a southeast wind, we're going to be looking at the west side of this natural gut right here. And you're going to be out in the water that's about 4 foot deep. And you're going to be looking for speckled trout. And you'll be using popping corks and shrimp, and or use some lures. Try some bass assassins. In purple with the chartreuse green tail. You could try pumpkin seed with the chartreuse green tail. Any types of darker purples, even black. You know, you could try morning glory black with the yellow tail. Any of those darker colors. There's some really nice down south lures in darker colors. I believe he has some strawberries and some purples also. So you want to be out here maybe. You'll be able to see the drop. If the water's been clear, you're going to be able to see the grass line. You're going to get about 100 yards off that grass line, and you're going to be making drifts on the southeast days back towards this grass line. And you're going to be just coming up little chunks and making those 100, 200-yard drifts. They're not real long drifts because you're wanting to stay within 100 yards of the grass drop in the 4 foot of water, and you're going to drift up to it. You're going to be working those lures very slow. On the popping corks, let's make our drops at least 18 inches. Let's go deeper than we've been going 15. Let's go 18 inches. Let's use a number 3 Kell hook or a 1/16 ounce jig head. And we're going to be looking for a increasing bite starting in the morning towards the afternoons. As it heats up, your bite's going to be more. You're not going to have an on-fire bite in the morning, so don't plan on going out and killing them and being in by lunch. Lunch is probably when the bite really, really starts picking up. So we're going to be making our drifts through there on a southeast wind. If the wind is out of the north, we're just going to go on the opposite side, which would be this side here. We're going to start that same 100 or so yards off, and we're going to be making our drifts back towards this grass line. You'll be able to tell if you're in the right water. It's going to be a powdery color. It's not going to be perfectly clear. It's going to be an off clear, what we call milk green water, which we call a trout green. So that is the water you're going to be looking for in this particular area for speckled trouts, either using your lures or using your popping corks and shrimp. All right, we've talked about trout fishing. Now let's move into the big flat, which is going to be this zone right in here. We call that the big flat. I'm going to kind of be talking to my wade fishermen a little bit more specifically, but I'm also still talking about guys wanting to make drifts. We talked about how the wind is coming out of the north a couple of days, south a couple of days. So you just got to play the wind to your advantage. Wade fishermen around these humps right here, this set of humps, and there's another set of humps right here. Around those humps, you're going to be throwing your bass assassins, your down south lures, your power baits by Berkeley. You're going to be working all through those. I like a little brighter color for redfish. I like using a pink, a green, a white, just different brighter colors. You can use the purples, you can use the darks. I just feel like the reds are very responsive to a lighter color, especially on a cloudier day. Anyway, around those humps, we're going to be making little wades, wind to our back. I couldn't tell you which way the wind's going to blow, but this way and or this way, we're going to be making wades in there looking for redfish. Now, if you're drifting, you're going to kind of start out in the middle of these humps in the little bit deeper water, southeast winds. We're going to be drifting back across this big flat, throwing lures. I really haven't used gold spoons, but somebody might want to test it out and see if gold spoons are still working. I'm still sticking to the lures, the glows, the whites, the pinks, and I'm just making long drifts. The drifts are going to be 45 minutes long. If you get a bite, you're going to be in good shape. Sometimes we call this the land of 1,000 casts, so you may make 1,000 casts going through there. North days, you're going to be coming back this way doing the same thing. Once you get about 100 to 200 yards from this drop, let's leave these guys out here that are trout fishing staged up all through here alone. Let's go ahead and turn around 100 yards short of them, come back over here to Hotel Channel, and let's make a new drift, whichever direction we're looking. Also, if it's north, you're going to be coming from this way, back in here. So that's one place you guys can look for some redfish, either wade fishing or drift fishing. All right, we're going to be moving north of Pita Island, and we're going to be looking at this area right in here, that zone, and we're going to be talking about black drums. There has been some drums scattered through that area. What you can do is make drifts using popping corks and shrimp. I would stay with the 1/16 ounce jig head on a 15-inch drop. You're going to be using either peeled dead shrimp on your hook or live shrimp that you've injured. You've pinched the tail off of it. You've done something to damage it. We're going to be making drifts either, like I said, it's going to be either a south wind or a north wind. That's what you're getting all week. A couple of days of south, a couple of days of north. You're not really getting a no wind day this week, so we're going to be looking at whichever direction is best for us to be drifting. Southeast, we're going to be drifting back this way. Of course, north, you're going to be coming back this way. So you're going to be looking in this area on long drifts, and you're going to be looking for black drum. Sometimes you can see them floating. It just depends on the day you got. You got a nice sunny day, you might be able to see them floating. If that's the case, then you can get rid of the cork and you can throw a jig head with a shrimp over there by them. Give it a few seconds to go down and see if one comes down and eats it. And if it doesn't, you're going to be looking for the next pod. But right in there is going to be pretty good area to look for black drum right now. There has been some black drum on the other side of the causeway in here, but good luck catching those dudes. They are fast. As soon as they feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of boats going on, they seem to play the Houdini disappearing act. So I really don't know what to say about those drums. They've got me as a guide on a stump, but I think you're more consistent would be in this area right in here, just looking for those drums and or making long drifts with corks and shrimp. Anyway, good luck to you guys this week. Have a great day and be courteous to each other.